Let's all do it at one time.
I was wondering if he's going to say anything about it. That's why I was going to wait until it happened.
Let's just all talk over each other.
All right, sounds good. Hey, it's what going to be podcast.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Bourbon and Badges, the podcast, season 6, episode 26. Rodinator here, Slow Ride, Dopey Dog, and the Hound Dog. How we doing, guys?
Man, everything is go in the studio, man. Everything's up and running, recording well. So let's see where it goes.
Nice. Slow, did you get rid of your paperwork? Is that what you were telling us earlier in the pre-podcast?
I got rid of some of my notes. We got our pre-podcast meeting, decided not to talk about some of the stuff I brought up. But I've got other things, and you guys got a plethora of things.
That
we do.
Bastard screwed up our damn podcast.
Which bastard are we talking about?
Not you, Slow.
There's 3 bastards here.
This is the 4 squares.
Yeah.
I'll take Dopey Dog for $10.
I will take the block. Rod for $20.
Yeah.
I do want to give out the disclaimer.
$20.
Just remind everybody I am on Starlink, so if I come and go, I'll come back in and you guys carry on as usual, like you always do. And I'm not paying attention anyway. So
thanks, Elon Musk. Yeah, man.
For our younger crowd, you might want to explain what we were just talking about.
we don't want to drop names out there. Done all that.
No, I don't mean drop names. It'll be what talk show what game show we're talking about.
Oh, Hollywood Squares.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The
Back
younger
in the day.
audience will know what the hell that is.
What the hell?
Yeah.
It was a good show. I used to love that show.
Oh yeah.
Do you know who used to own Hollywood Squares?
Hollywood.
Slow Ride.
Whoopi. What's her name on the View?
Whoopi
All
Goldberg?
right, I'm out of here. Hey, turn this damn thing off.
I just threw up in the back of my fucking mouth. Thanks. Appreciate it, Slow. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Speaking of Whoopi, did you hear about that shit she had with the deli in New York City?
No,
you guys
I
hear
didn't.
about that?
No.
Long story short, she goes on the show. This is how easy. Good one.
Take me a second to get to it.
No, but listen, you got it done. That's a good one, my friend. So she has these cupcakes put out on The View on the show, and they're in pink wrappers, specific.
They look delicious.
Really specific pink cupcake type things. So just without even knowing what bakery she's talking about, people in New York would know that's Slow Ride's bakery. That's Hound Dog's bakery. Because I could tell by the wrapper of the cupcakes.
You tell by
And it's been around 100-something years.
Yeah, those turtle wrappers have got to be Hound Dog's bakery.
Well, that was a turtle lover.
That's it. Little turtle cupcakes. No, so Whoopi Goldberg made reference to him and said something like, the place that made these cupcakes wouldn't make any for her, and she said, and they said the reason was their boiler was out or something. But yeah, I don't really think so. I think it was because quite possibly my political views. So she kind of badmouthed the place on the show by saying that, again, alleging something that's totally bullshit. It's all fucked. Everything's a conspiracy with them. Their minds they didn't make the cupcakes because the boiler was out. So the New York City, the Staten Island mayor or Staten Island councilman, one of those guys, I forget his title, had an actual news briefing on it, the whole thing. Him and all the leaders of New York, and right in front of the bakery, came on and said, just wanted to let you know this bakery's been in for like 150 years and just 100% just destroyed what Whoopi Goldberg says. And their boiler was out. We can confirm that is in fact true. And then it had people in the community come up and talk and just 100% destroy what she alleged. You know,
Good for them. Yeah.
And they've been around for like 150 years. They were talking about how the bakers come in at 2 a.m. just to make sure they have fresh rolls and bagels for all the workers. And the next day, that place sold out of shit by noon.
Oh yeah,
everybody in the community came. They got the best publicity ever.
Nationwide,
by what you're doing.
There's people nationwide calling in and say, "Hey, if you can't ship them to me, send them to the local fire department."
Yep.
Buying stuff.
Yeah, it was great though. It was great. It's just great how she tried to screw them with her stupid and come up with a
Backfired.
dumb story, and it backfired, and now they're just smoking. So that was a good story.
Due to the timing, she said it was political, not racial. At the time, she said it was racial. This time it's political because of the timing.
But it's always got to be one identity politics. Got to be political. Got to be racial. Got to be gender. Got to be. It's got to be something. It can't just be like my fucking boiler broke. It's the boiler's down. We can't make.
But
anything.
isn't she the first one to point fingers at other people's racial or political views?
Of course.
Okay,
Trump's cabinet has no black people in it yet.
Look at this podcast.
Look at this podcast, white as fuck.
I got to fire one of you
We're
guys.
racist as hell.
We need a black guy.
Yeah. No, how about this? I'll fix that. I identify today as a black man. Boom.
Well, you better, cause after what?
It's done.
January 20th, you can't do that anymore. We don't. Those cards will
No,
be
we don't play those games anymore. Make believe is over. It's going to be
right.
just facts. Yeah.
Well,
But anyway,
what's not make believe? What you guys drinking?
Yeah. What's everybody drinking today?
I am drinking. It's going to take me a while to go through mine because I got stuff to explain.
Yep.
Let me go. I'll go first. I got something new. It's a gift. The best type of whiskey, free whiskey from my buddy Joe.
Oh yeah.
Joe is the closest living full-time resident here in the mountains. And when the storm hit, just before it hit, he left, and he has family all over. They spend half the time they're gone. But anyway, watching over his place stuff like good buddies always do. He looks after me. I look at him. But anyway, he brought back a thing of whiskey. Holiday soft red wheat. Hound dog right in your wheelhouse, man.
It sure is.
Nice.
It's bottled in bond, so you know it is
proof.
bourbon, not whiskey, not just whiskey, but the 100 proof. It is Holiday Distillery was founded in 1856
Wow.
in Weston, Missouri. So you know what they have in common with the Kentucky bourbon?
What's that?
Limestone
What's
water.
that?
They use a
really?
pure limestone water spring to make the bourbon, because there's no iron in it. And it's 73% corn, 15% wheat, 12% barley. It was on Rick House C, third floor, age 6 years.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm gonna
Is
rate it.
all
You guys
that's
go
right
ahead,
there on the bottle?
It actually is right there on the side of the bottle.
Oh, no. I like it when they do stuff like that, man.
Yeah, there's nothing. They actually distilled it and aged it and bottled it themselves. So it's
Cool.
not sourced. Nothing wrong with sourced whiskey, but it's not sourced.
Yeah.
So, man, you guys go ahead and sell it. I'm going to sample this, and I'm going to rate it here in a second,
Okay.
since it's a new whiskey to the podcast.
All right, Debbie, what you got, man?
I never tried it before. It's 3-chord Kentucky straight bourbon. It is flavors of red fruit, cherries, strawberry, raspberry, and hints of vanilla and spice. It's outsourced. It's made in Kentucky, but it's finished in Michigan in Quinoa. It's made in Kentucky, but they sent it to Michigan to finish it. It's a 99 proof. It's pretty good. It's I like it. It's its price point's not bad. I don't know how available it is, but I'd give it a 7. It's a 99 proof, but it's solid. Got a little burn, a little bite, but not crazy.
Cool.
They get the name from it, the people who started it or have a heavy musical background. If you look on it, you can see the guitar pick.
I can't see shit.
Yeah, you're blurred out, brother. Yeah.
Hold it beside your face.
I saw for a second there.
But it's
Yeah, I
got a
don't
guitar
know.
pick in the label. And it was created in honor of musicians. So it's that's where it gets the 3-chord.
Okay, cool.
Hey, good deal.
Cool. Well, I got a little minor surgery going on tomorrow morning, fellas, early, so I'm not drinking, but I did have something.
Is that
yesterday.
penis extension thing you was going to do?
Yep, it's the balloon, brother. It's the big old balloon. I got
I'm gonna
the
tell you a story
large
about that in a second.
size.
I'm going to get my penis enlarged, and I shall call it Dobie.
So,
I showed you guys
yeah.
this yesterday. The
Yeah,
wall.
where did you get that?
My buddy, can you see it okay, or is it too
Yeah.
bright?
Yeah.
It's a little bright, but I can see it. There you go.
There you go. White or bourbon?
Where'd you get that?
I did. My buddy got it. He ordered it online. He's going to give me the place where he ordered it from because I really liked it, although it's expensive. So it's 100%. It's a single malt whiskey, but it's 100%. There's no mash bill. It's 100%. Is
Corn?
it? No, 100% like malted barley, or wheated or something. One of them, 100%. There's no. I think it's 100% malted barley. Is it called malted barley?
Yeah.
Hound dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. And it's 120 proof, so it's a little bit up there. but it was very, very good. But there was a there was a burn from start to finish, and it is $110 a bottle. So it can't be a daily drinker unless you're very fortunate and well off financially. Because I wouldn't pay $100 for a bottle of whiskey every week.
So like us retired cops, right?
Yeah, so it's not for,
like
but it's good as a special thing. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And the cap has like looks like a bullets
old 6-shooter
chamber.
Oh,
yeah, that's the top.
Wheel gun.
Yep, that's the top of the bottle, but it's not a spin off. It's a, boop, you pull it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Cool.
Yep.
I'm drinking one that I aged myself. I got the Buffalo Trace White Dog. You can see it.
Oh, okay. I never heard of that.
Yeah, I put it. It was when I first got it. I put it in a unused charred oak barrel, a small barrel, a 1 liter barrel. I let it sit for 6 months, and it aged for 6 months in a little barrel. And 6 months in a small barrel like that, a 1 liter barrel, equals to about 5.5 years if it's in a big barrel somewhere else.
Where do you get
How does that happen?
Oh,
shit.
Because there's more alcohol touching more of the barrel, if that means it makes any sense to you.
Yeah, that size barrel.
More surface area. Yeah.
That size barrel, you have a 1-to-5 ratio of whiskey to barrel,
Yeah.
as opposed to the
where do
was
you
it 2?
get a barrel to do that?
You can get it on Amazon or wherever.
Amazon.
Yeah. But
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And a little backstory. I don't mean to interrupt you there, Hound Dog. Backstory right quick is Hound Dog did it. I did it at the same time. We aged them the same, used the same stuff, aged them the same time. His tastes great. Mine tastes like monkey butt.
No shit.
yeah,
Unbelievable.
that
I'd
was
pour mine out.
that was the first batch that I did. This is the second batch. First batch was the #1 mash bill of Buffalo Trace, which is Buffalo Trace, starts out as. This is the wheated mash. So this is along the lines of a Weller, Pappy Van Winkle, and stuff like that.
Ooh,
And
Pappy.
so when it came out of the factory or out of the distillery at 114 proof. And when I aged it, it was still at 114 proof, and I thought, man, it's a little hot for me. I don't like it quite that hot as far as the high proof was. So I decided I was going to experiment and get some distilled water and try to proof it down. I proofed it down. It took me a little while, and I finally got it, and I got it where I liked it at 90 proof.
Oh, good deal.
So, and I that was a couple years ago when I moved here. So I got it when I got it out tonight. I proofed it again just to see where it was at after a couple years. And it's still right at 90 proof. So
Good. And you did it with distilled water. That's all you do?
Yeah, proofed it down with distilled water.
Nice.
Yeah, we used to always keep a distilled water dropper on the table. We actually had the studio. Everybody's together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just add a couple of drops. It's unbelievable how just a few drops changes the complexity of the whiskey.
I read somewhere that's supposed to be the ideal way to drink it.
You're exactly right. I did a tour
Couple of
of a Woodford, or was it Woodford? Somewhere I did a tour of a bourbon place when I did the Kentucky ride.
Yeah.
And they said when they handed us the samples, they would put a few drops of distilled water in it. They say because that's the correct way to drink it. It releases something in there, which is above my pay grade scientifically, but releases the true flavors or something. You're supposed to put a couple drops of water. That's why some people put a cube in, but if you don't want an ice cube, you want to drink it straight, that's why you should put a couple of drops of water in there, and it supposedly releases the flavor.
It does.
I got a friend, he has his boss is really into bourbon. He went to some kind of, I don't know how long it was, maybe a day long seminar class just on bourbon.
You learned a lot. It was a good class.
Everybody's still probably knew he's done, don't we?
Yeah, I know.
He told me it was pretty good. He learned a lot as far as how to drink it, how the flavors and the notes and all that kind of stuff.
That was kind of like that's kind of like last week when Dobie was telling about his hurt hand. Yeah, I got my hand hurt.
Yeah, 20-minute story on the pre-podcast meeting. Well, Hound Dog can tell you the best way to drink whiskey. You want to tell him, Hound Dog?
Yeah, the best way to drink whiskey is the way you like it, when you like it, and how you like it.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
At the
Hey,
time you're drinking.
I pulled up the information I wired up just because I didn't like not knowing what I was talking about. 100% malted barley.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's what it is. 100% malted barley. That's what I was trying to say. 100% of something. I think it was barley, malted barley. And yeah, it's MSRP about $80. But I got it for about he got it for about $110. It's aged at least 4 years per TTB regulations.
Okay.
TT Tennessee probably something bureau maybe. Proof is they got proof here 96. Another site said 119, but 96. Couple things. Just nose is rich plum, maple syrup, single slight tobacco, sweet on the nose. Palate dark fruits, plum, cherry, black raspberry, honey, graham cracker. I mean, I guess it's all that, but it tasted pretty good. But just a burn from start to finish, and then the finish is a slight warmth. It's a little bit hot. A hint of leather and lingering sweetness. So yeah, it's pretty fucking good though.
Cool.
I enjoyed it. So it was 100% malted barley. That's what it
Cool.
was.
I have to look for that.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It'd be cool to add to the law enforcement related bourbons and whiskeys that we have.
It's a cool bottle too because I don't know if you saw, but it has a badge
Yeah.
on the bottom.
Yeah, it is. I
It's
saw
not
that.
on it. It's not like on the picture. It's actually
Like a
glued
little-
on the bottle.
Really?
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
That is cool.
All right, man, before we get going any further, I'm going to rate this whiz if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
On the nose, it's very sweet, honeysuckle, maybe a little pear. It's very fresh. A lot of the wheated bourbon, you almost get that farmy smell or farmy taste. The wheat fields. I'm not getting that with this. So that's pleasant.
That's good.
And on the palate, it's really
So-
soft. It's really sweet. Very mild, dry finish. I don't know much about pairing these things with cigars, but I would pair this with a really strong cigar because this is kind of sweet, kind of
Oh, yeah.
mild. Daily
the
drinker.
edge off
I
the
would have to
cigar.
give it probably a 6. Not a daily drinker.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
what was the proof
Not
on
quite.
it?
It's 100 proof. It's bottled in bond. Now Hound Dog probably would be a daily drinker for you. It's just I'm more of the leathery barrel flavored type stuff.
Lick a saddle kind of flavor.
Yeah, like a saddle. So maybe riding all day.
After a Cowboys and Rhino fight.
But it's just good. I mean, it's definitely drinkable. And Joe, I appreciate it, brother. I don't know if you listen to our podcast or not, but I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah. Good free whiskey,
All right, man.
best whiskey. Fuck yeah.
That's right.
Oh, and the reason I had it in the Glencairn glass, I didn't want our regular wooden glass or cup to influence the flavor any. So I switched over to it though.
There you go. Perfect.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What was your
What else?
price point on yours is made, Hound Dog, right? You made yours, so there's nothing to say
Well,
about it, right?
no, you can buy the clear unaged distillant. Any ABC store probably can get it or carries it, and it's about $13 for a little pint.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Not bad.
Hell
This is
yeah.
about $52
For
not
a
bad.
fifth?
for
Yeah. Sweet.
All right,
That's
guys.
it.
Well, we got the alcohol out of the way and down the throat. What else we got going on tonight?
Roger
Oh,
said
oh.
something about surgery.
Oh, yeah. So go ahead. Wait, Slow, do you have something?
Just as a quick thing, congratulations to Assistant Chief Aaron Warshaw for his retirement. He's retiring. We were podcasting. We're recording this on the 17th. He retires tomorrow, Monday, on the 18th. By the time this thing's out, he'll be retired. But congratulations, brother.
Yeah,
And you're a great Assistant Chief.
What was his name?
Aaron Worcester.
Worcester?
Worcester. We call him Sauce. Yeah, like Worcester sauce.
Oh, like the Worcestershire sauce. Yeah.
Yeah.
Worcester.
Everybody called him Sauce.
Yeah.
he's phenomenal chief. He's
Oh,
just
good.
he's one of these that didn't forget where he came from. Takes care of his guys.
Yeah.
Common
Yeah.
sense, but really smart. I mean, he has a real balance of knowing how to be chief, but also understand what the guys deal with on the street.
Oh, good.
He's one of the better
If-
assistant chiefs they've had in a while.
And what I understand, yeah, he could is a good bridge between administration and the
Yes.
guys.
Yes,
Yeah.
and he did not forget where he came from.
Good.
That's
Good.
cool.
Good.
Yeah, congratulations, brother.
Only one
Yeah,
thing that he
congratulations.
didn't do. Should
What's
have
that?
made chief.
What's that?
Should have made chief.
Oh,
Should have made chief. Well, usually the guys that you just described don't make chief.
Yeah.
yeah. So you're right. You're right.
They don't make chief because they don't please the people above who don't give a shit about this rank and file. You know.
It's kind of like you, Rod.
Ah, yeah. I'm just a loudmouth, but you know.
I would never have known that.
No. Look at the name. Read the damn name right on the screen.
You see, think about this. You're a captain like Dobie and I were sergeants. You're a great captain for the administration till you opened your mouth.
Yep. I had him fooled. I had him fooled for a while, but then they pulled it out of me, you know.
Put the crap there.
Yeah, like the Godfather. I thought I was in. They pulled me back in. They just pulled it out of me. So, yeah, but yeah. So tomorrow, the reason I'm not drinking, guys and folks, is I got to have some surgery on my elbow. It's called bursitis, and basically it's from injury or overuse. Your elbow will retain fluid. That's to protect it from the injury. It senses that you suffered, and I had to get it drained a couple times, and it's not staying. It's coming back. So I think I have an injury in there, which might be like a bone spur type of thing. So every time you use your arm, your ligament's running over the bone, and a spur, a pointy bone formation, to make it, lack of a better term or description, it's rubbing over it, and it's irritating a ligament or a tendon or something, and it's
Keep it inflamed.
it's making my elbow. Yeah.
You have elbowitis is what you have.
Yeah.
And you don't really necessarily have to go to the doctor to get surgery. I can handle that for you.
Reach out, my friend.
Hey,
We can take.
check this out.
You got
Pliers
that,
too to get in there and get that bone spur out.
And hold up the bourbon. You got the anesthesia right there too, right, brother?
Just
Yes,
like
sir,
an old
buddy.
Western, man. Yeah, just take a sip of
Put a stick-
alcohol and I'll get my
Put a
knife
stick in his mouth.
Give you a stick to bite on. Yeah, a stick to bite on. Ah. Yeah. So they're gonna open it up. Should be a quick.
120 proof.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take that Wyatt Earp bourbon. Yeah, so they open you up. They take the bursa sac out that's retaining the fluid, and then they shave down the bone, sew it back up. So it should be a quickie. And then
So next
two
podcast
throughs.
will both be.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you got,
Hey,
you got
folks,
surgery coming up too, don't you, Dobie?
this is Bourbon and Badges, the wounded version. Go ahead, Dobie. He screwed his finger up last week, folks. If you watched
They're
the
going to go
podcast.
in and that ligament on the back of my knuckles severed, so they
Yeah.
got to just reattach it.
And how'd you do that again? You tried to open a door. You went to push on the frame, but you hit the glass.
So he didn't want to tell that story.
You don't want to tell it again. And I didn't want to have to drag it from, so I just fucking said it.
You know what?
Save
You
a
know
lot
what's
of
wrong
time,
with him? Dobie dog, you know what's wrong with you? You were
We
sober.
got to go. We got to go.
You were sober. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have been.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can't have any fluids after 8 or 9 or something. I mean, nothing but water. So I just,
See, mine's that way for Thursday, but my surgery's not till 11:40.
that's why I got mine early. I said, put me on there early because
I was like, what? I mean, I got to go all day.
they always want you to fast and not eat stuff before surgery. So I just knew it. I said,
That makes
let
your
me-
little belly get
Doctor
upset
told
from
me-
anesthesia.
I guess.
Doctor told me, he says, you don't even have to have anesthesia if you don't want it. It's 15 minutes.
Yeah, but if they're going to cut open your skin and sew a ligament together, I would suggest you get some anesthesia.
Yeah.
Unless
He's
you're
going
being-
dead in it, though. You can be able to sit there and watch it. Tell him about our podcast while he's doing it.
That'll put you to sleep.
I do want to just walk in here with a bottle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can walk in with this cup and advertise.
Yep. Like John Wick. You need any pills for the pain? I got that right here. He holds up a glass of bourbon. That's the man right there. If we can get him on the show, that'd be good. He's perfect.
And you know
He's
what?
a
He
bourbon drinker.
probably would do it. He's
No,
that kind of
he's
guy.
on here in a heartbeat. He'd
Yeah,
fit
he was
right
a
in with
bourbon
us.
drinker in the show. That was his preferred
Yeah.
drink. Whenever we went to
Hey.
that hotel where they put themselves up, yeah, he's on the bar. He's
Speaking of the
usual
bourbon.
bourbon.
This is really nice bourbon, and it deserves a cork. The pre-podcast meeting, I'm sitting there pulling this thing, could not get it to cork out.
Yeah.
That's a letdown right there. Yeah, that's the only thing about it, Joe. It needs a cork, man.
But you got a button for that though. Just low. You do have a button for that pop.
Now,
You
down
do
the
have a
button.
Yeah, it hurt you though. There it is.
Yep.
So we can mimic the button.
You know what
So
I
anyway.
almost bought? You know what I almost bought today when I bought this?
Personality?
Some common sense.
Zing! Rim shot. You need to have one of those.
He can't even flip nobody off. You see him, he went like that.
Yeah, his fingers all fucked up. Fuck you.
It's a wounded bird.
Fuck
It's
you.
a wounded bird.
What does this mean? What does this mean? No,
It's a gang sign, I think it is.
he's flipping us off West Side style. He's got bad arthritis. He's like, fuck you, motherfuckers.
What'd you almost buy today, Doobie Dog?
Dobbs Creek.
Who? Oh, Knobs Creek.
I
The
picked up
maple-
all that
the
yesterday.
The maple one? I mean, the, what's it called, Slow? The sweet one?
Smoked maple.
Smoked maple.
They didn't have to do it. See,
Too
that's
thick
the
in
thing.
a bottle.
You can go here. You can buy it here until 10 o'clock at night
Okay.
on Sunday.
On Sunday, that's cool.
I see it.
Tennessee's that way.
Midnight any other night. Midnight any other night.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, I bought a bottle of Knob Creek yesterday, regular Knob Creek, aged 9 years. Do you know what that is? It's named after Abraham Lincoln's birthplace. That's where they got the name Knob Creek. It's a Buffalo Trace product. There you go.
Little late.
Little late. So Abraham Lincoln was born in a place called Knob Creek.
Knob Creek's where he was born.
Knob Creek, Kentucky.
Okay.
I don't know what state.
Not Kentucky. I think it's.
Yeah, he's born in India.
What'd you say? You cut out. Where was he born? Hound Dog? What state?
Illinois.
Oh, you're out. Can't hear you, buddy. But anyway.
You came unplugged. Hound Dog, unplugged.
The unplugged version. Well, let me see what I got here. While Hound Dog works on his issue, you want to get into it, guys? What we got going on?
Hey, I got one thing. It's kind of funny. It reminds me of something happened here not here, but in Gaston County,
Right.
Jackson County, Michigan. A guy tried to flee law enforcement on a lawnmower.
Riding lawnmower.
And he pulled a gun. Yeah, from his lawnmower to shoot the police, and as the police was tasing him, and the bad guy shot himself in the hand.
Wow.
But he's
Sounds
fleeing
like-
on a lawnmower.
Was he drinking, or was this really?
It didn't say. It didn't say why that the officers were encountering him, but he's trying to flee the officers on a ride in a lawnmower.
I'm wondering why he was trying to flee. Like, did he know? Like, is it a joke? Because things only doing 10 miles per hour or 7 miles per hour.
Yeah, you're not going. Yeah, he could probably run and keep up with the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
But he pulls an actual handgun on the cop, and the cop tases him, and the bad guy shoots himself in the hand. So it's a happy ending.
Well,
Cleveland County
well, he
got
pulled a
chased
gun,
down.
and the cop pulled the taser.
Well, I don't know how that worked. Now the cop may already had his taser. I don't know. It doesn't say what
you.
sequence
I
it
got
was
you.
because it could already have the taser out. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't want
I'm
to play Monday
assuming it
morning.
would be.
I'm just saying gun equals gun. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting.
Oh no,
holes
I
in-
agree. But that
Yeah.
that segues into Keith Quinn, the police officer. He retired from the city of Gastonia.
Yeah.
He was the guy to last charge in the state of North Carolina. A guy DWI, might be in DUI at the time, on a horse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he charged him DWI on a horse or DUI on a horse, driving under the influence. He's the last one to before you can no longer charge him on a horse, I think, in North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
They did
okay.
that. Cleveland County actually had a pursuit on a tractor. I was
Tractor?
drunk
Oh,
on a
really?
tractor.
What is the rule on that, you DWI guys?
What's
Motorized vehicle type thing, like
Horse and DWI guy.
like moped. Well, I don't know because I'm definitely not one. Moped, yes, right. I mean, motorcycle, yes. Car, yes. But like tractor, how about bicycle? Like it's got to be motorized, right? You
Yeah,
can't have a
it's gotta be
DWI.
motorized. But
If you're on a bike and you're drunk, you could have like drunk and disorderly in public, right? But you can't charge it with driving.
Yeah, I don't think you charge DWI. Yeah, and
vehicle.
Keith Quinn was the last one to charge that in the state before they done away with charging someone on a horse. And I'm wondering if you should have called animal control in and had the horse charged with aiding and abetting.
Yep, put him in the slam for a little while.
That's
right.
Yeah. No
Take
hate
that.
for you.
Well,
Yeah.
shout out to
take
Keith
that
Quinn,
horse.
too, retired Gastonia police. He went down to Alabama, there, Double D, down over here at the bomb school, teaching
and
bomb stuff.
He did living in the same town, but he actually right before I came here, he moved and working for the sheriff's department now.
Oh, okay.
And back in Gaston. Yeah,
There you go.
he moved.
He just
back
can't.
up
He
there
just
right
cannot
before
give
I
it up. Just cannot give it up.
No,
It's
he
like
can't.
Hound Dog.
Not like Rod.
What do you mean, like hound dog?
Are you still Turtle Patrol on the summertime?
Yeah, but that's something different. That's better.
Yeah, it's totally different. I don't carry a gun. I carry a radio, but I don't ever turn it on. So
It's like
you
like when
go.
you was at Gastonia.
exactly like it.
Just like on patrol.
I do carry a radio.
All right, man. That's all I got. You guys got to save this program, man. We're only 29 minutes into it, so
Oh, damn.
work your magic,
All right,
man.
so I got one for us.
Go ahead.
So in California, the land of fruit and nuts, there's there was four guys that got charged with insurance fraud because they staged a fraud thing. They installed a camera shining down onto a driveway, and in this driveway there was a Rolls Royce. What's the Phantom or something like that?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the different models of
But anyway,
if it ain't Ford or Chevy, we can't afford it.
Yeah, we're cops.
Yeah, Rolls Royce sitting in the driveway. One guy, on the video camera it showed a brown bear, opening up the car door, climbing into the car. Okay, and messing around in the car. Actually, the bear turned the light on so he could see what he was doing.
Oh, a smart bear. Yogi,
Yeah,
it's
smart
Yogi.
He's joking. Hey, boo boy,
I'm gonna break into this car and get me a fucking cupcake.
get me a
You
crack
do that
rock.
pretty good. Actually.
I'm gonna
Well,
look
you
for some
watched
French
your
eggs
share of Yogi Bear.
so we can get some Mad Dog 2020. Let's go.
But so they break into this damn car. This bear breaks into a car. Turns out it's a guy dressed in a bear costume.
No, say
One thing that gave it away. One thing that gave it away is it was dressed in a brown bear costume. A brown bear is usually a grizzly bear, and there haven't been a documented case of grizzly bears in the state of California for over 100 years. So
Maybe it was a liberal bear.
He picked the wrong bear.
he picked the wrong bear. If he picked a black bear or something else,
He identified as a black bear.
he could
There you go.
have. He probably
Yeah, in
identified as a black
California,
bear.
you
You're right.
certainly could have.
Sure, because if he would have went straight black bear, they would have said he was a racist, and
He was
probably
he was
got
a
civil
fur-
rights
he was a
violation.
fur-
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, at least till
Well-
January.
Furry.
Yeah.
Okay, so have y'all ever seen the like people that does smoking of briskets and meats and stuff
Yeah.
like that? They have these claws where they rip the meat apart.
Right.
Well, the old dude had some of those claws like he used as a bear claw, and he was like scratching the seats, scratching the doors, scratching the
Doing
stuff
damage.
inside, doing damage to the vehicle. And there's a video out there that shows the suit, the claws, and I don't know about y'all, Steve. You've been out in the woods a lot, and Dobie, I'm sure you have too. But bears do not have straight line claw marks, as far as I know. They might be wide like this, or even wider like that, or whatever. But these are like that far apart.
Oh, really?
And it
Perfectly
looks
spaced. Perfectly spaced.
perfectly
yeah.
spaced. They're really thin. But anyway, these idiots, they did that to a Rolls. They also did it same location with the same camera to a couple
Same
of
bear.
same bear to a couple of I think a Mercedes and a BMW or something like that.
That giveaway, they didn't do it to a fucking Prius.
Yes, that was-
What was
that-
their reasoning behind this?
They ended up collecting $124,000 in damages to that vehicle, to those vehicles. I guess it was their vehicles. It was kind of vague on who's actually owned the vehicles.
Wanted a new one and pay it off.
I guess they just did insurance fraud, $124,000 worth of damage,
that was really-
and they blamed it on a black bear or a brown bear.
Brown bear. Yeah.
That's
So-
crazy.
What
So
idiots?
it could have been an illegal alien brown bear.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just got up across from the border. Got to close that border, boys.
Yep.
Could have been a brown bear from Mexico.
Speaking of closing the border, I saw a video the other day, and it was a line of I guess they're border patrol cars, for like maybe a half mile long, and they had them spaced out, staggered, whatever decent amount, but they're all sitting there with their blue lights on because there's the theory that they might have a big rush of that prior to January.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
but I
get
can
in here while
comment-
he's getting good.
I can comment on that. Yeah. So
Russell, brown bear
of course.
attacks.
And there's actually been some brown bears spotted in those caravans now. No, I'm kidding. So what they're saying is that they were expecting those rushes, just like you said, Dobie. But apparently Mexico has now, which they could have done for the last 4 years, have stopped all migrant trains from carrying. Remember how the migrants would get on the trains and just ride them north? They were on top of cars. I mean, it it was just train loads of migrants coming. That's all stopped. Mexico stopped that. The government.
They don't want.
So now it's going to be only. So now it's going to only be buses and stuff. But the migrants have kind of slowed down, and Mexico themselves broke up a caravan just because I think because they know there's a new administration coming in. I think they're trying to get on the good side right away.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Exactly
And then I read an article. Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, is going to continue doing his stuff. And I don't know if you know this, guys, but since April of 2022. Right around when I retired, he has bussed 120,000 illegal immigrants out of Texas into Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, Washington, D.C., and Illinois, up there in Illinois, where all these sanctuary cities are. So he's busting them there, 120,000.
Good.
So he's really giving them the old FU. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Sanctuary city.
Well, you're a sanctuary city
you go.
here. You're welcome to
Here
them.
you go.
Yeah, that's
Exactly right. Exactly right. So anyway, yeah, it's coming, boys. It's great. And just a comment as we just touched on. I was watching UFC fight last night. Anybody watch them? You
Not
guys
the
not
UFC.
guys?
No, I watched the other
I
fight
saw
the other
some
night.
highlights, but
You watch that? Yeah. Anyway, Trump and his entire new cabinet that he's picked, they walked him in. They were sitting in the first two rows. Everybody, his family, Vivek Ramaswamy, all of them, all the ones.
Really?
Elon Musk, everybody was there. Yeah. So then this dude, John Jones, who's one of
Oh,
the,
was
one of
that
the
last
main-
night? I
he's the
seen
main
that on
card.
YouTube. Was that last
He's
night?
a fighter, and he won his fight.
Yeah.
He looked over and he saw Trump, and he did the Trump dance in the middle of the audience, in the middle of the ring. And he's a big black dude. Did the Trump dance and looked at Trump and went like that, hops the fence, takes his championship belt, hands it to Trump, and told him, "Thank you for everything you're doing. Thank you for everything you've gone through." And Trump had the belt over his shoulder, and they talked for a minute,
Oh, that's
really,
cool.
really super cool. Man, yeah, he did the Trump dance. It was funny as
yeah, I've
hell.
noticed there's a lot of NFL players doing that now.
The end zone dances. They're doing the Trump
that
dance. I'm
is
telling
a-
you, dude.
that is a
And it's got to be
big
making
now.
people's heads explode.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my God. Yeah.
Oh,
But anyway, speaking of, go ahead. Somebody gonna say something? All right, I'm in. You
Yeah.
ready?
Yep.
on my
He-
man, you guys are breaking out.
You're breaking out too a little bit, yeah. But we'll just keep rolling, see what happens. How's
Yes.
that? Am I all right? You got me? All right. P Diddy update.
Okay.
All right, everybody. P Diddy, Puff Daddy got arrested, been in jail since September. He has close to 120 lawsuits pending against him through just a couple of different attorney services, but 120 people, victims. Craziness. But what he's doing now is, while he's been in custody, he's been calling or reaching out to some of his friends who are by reaching out to some of the participants in the sex parties, and they're reaching out to the victims. So the people who wake up the next morning,
Feeling
who've
all
been
drugged and shit.
drugged and assaulted, and they don't know what happened, but everything. I mean, they feel like they've been beat from head to toe with whatever. They're going around paying them
Doused in baby oil.
to keep them out. Yeah, exactly. They're going around paying them to not talk, not to. So apparently, he's trying to obstruct justice, is what I'm trying to say,
Oh, nice.
from his jail cell, and it's just I don't know why, because they'd let him have. Once that happens, guys, I don't know if you agree with this. I would cut off his communication with outside.
Oh, yeah, completely.
He's
Oh, yeah.
he's using the.
But before they do, P Diddy, I'm a part of that suit. You want to throw some money this way? I can be bought pretty reasonably.
Yeah.
There you go.
I work cheap.
Yeah. But yeah, he's tried to get bail 3 different times again. He's trying to get out of jail. They keep refusing it. Narratives also are out there that his guys are trying to influence the jury pool by putting things out, just out into the public sphere to try to influence jurors, potential jurors, in that area. He's just flagrantly and repeatedly flouting the rules, and this is word for word. I'm reading off the article, and he's just he's facing. I mean, he's 55 years old, and he's facing. He'll never get out if
Good.
he even gets
I hope he don't.
convicted of one of the hundreds. What else he's got here?
He'll be Epstein.
Yeah. 2 judges have concluded he is a danger to the community and a risk to flee. Of course, the guy's a fucking almost a billionaire. And that one time, I don't know if you remember when they did a raid on one of his houses, guys. Not the latest one with all the loot, all that stuff. They did one beforehand. He flew his plane, turned the transponder off, and they didn't know where he went.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I remember that.
I mean, yeah, they didn't know where he went, but he was out of the country, and that was probably smart. But he didn't stay out of the country, so somehow they lured him back, and now they got him, and now they said you're not going to do that again. So, yeah, he's just he's starting to get a little bit nervous, guys, and I don't know, like Hound Dog said, you know, he pushes too hard, he might get Epstein, you know,
Yeah.
and if he doesn't push hard enough, he's going to get convicted, guys. It's just a matter of time because.
I'm
they're not
surprised
protecting
he
him.
didn't want to drop names.
But he has names. I think he's trying to say. I think he's trying to tell everybody out there, get to these victims, right? I'm not talking about just his people. I'm talking about the people who participated, maybe even the DiCaprios. I don't know, you know.
Pretty much, if I'm going down, you're going down, so none of us need to go down.
It was mutual destruction. That's how this game works. Epstein has videos, his flight logs, and everything. He had all that for all the politicians, so he was untouchable until he wasn't untouchable,
And then he got touched.
And then he got touched, right? We haven't heard from the other bitch who's locked up, Giselle, right? Giselle,
Maxwell.
The one who got the kids for him and stuff. She's still in jail, and I guess she's still living. I haven't heard.
I think
been
she's seen
off.
the writing on the wall.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
she's just doing her time and being quiet. And we still haven't seen the list yet. But guys, I'm telling you, it's just another strike against Trump because he will have the list released. He will have the Epstein list released. He will have the Diddy's. I mean, he might even have the JFK assassination. I told you guys, and he might even release some UFO
Man, but
stuff.
you got to give Trump his due. Is he not putting a dream team together?
He
Oh
is
my
that,
God.
man.
Yeah. Well,
He is
dream
doing
to
that.
some, nightmare to others. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Democrats
that's
are
a-
doing backflips.
Yeah, I was going to say something earlier. Have you guys seen Sky News? It's an Australia news
I've seen
team.
it before, yeah. Yeah.
They have a segment called Lefties Losing It. You need to go on YouTube and just put that in, Lefties Losing It. It's
Yeah, it's pretty
unbelievable.
good.
Over the election.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
man, they're crying and screaming. Oh, it's really funny. And they're making fun. This whole time under Biden, they made fun of us. Sky News from Australia made fun of the Americans forever.
And it was due. And it was
Oh, yeah.
righteous.
Oh,
He's a
exactly
freaking
right. But it's
bumbling
called
fool.
Lefty Losing It, Sky News.
That's funny.
YouTube. Yeah, research that and take a look at it. You'll enjoy it.
Yeah, Elon lets a lot of that stuff flow on X too.
The entire world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go on X and see those things too, but it's funny as hell. Yeah. Oh my God, just crying and they're moving. They're not going to move now. They're going to stay and fight. We have to fight. I mean, hey, Governor Pritzker in Illinois is saying he's going to keep the transgender ideology going. He wants to. They just don't get the message. Like people rejected all that stuff, guys. You got to just give it a break a little bit.
Yeah,
you know,
let it go.
Yeah,
It's like roller skating. It's still kind of around, but nobody talks about it anymore.
Yeah,
nobody really
nobody
does
talks
anymore.
about it.
But
Yeah,
it's still
it's like
there.
you're-
Just let it be.
Yeah, and if you ride a moped, you don't want people to see you. You put it away before they come around the house. You know.
You know that old saying about
okay
the
to ride it, but
moped,
you
right?
I know where you're going with this, Slow.
You know,
Moped.
yeah. I'm not going to say because 50% of our audience might be female, so I'm not going to say the one I was going to say. But yeah, so that's a little update on P Diddy. He is trying to circumvent justice from jail, and he's got a lot of money, a lot of resources. The guy who's reporting this, by the way. Do you guys remember a guy named Ray J? Ray R-A-Y.
Yeah.
J.
Yeah.
He's the guy who did the sex tape with Kim Kardashian, her first sex tape that propelled her into the whore atmosphere and got her all her money. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's literally what happened. You know, her dad was famous for defending O.J. Simpson, you know, the Kardashian guy, but she was the one that put him on the map with that sex tape, and her and her mom. Anyway, he's the one that is good friends with Diddy, and he's the one that was talking and made this article and said, "There's people just very, very, very nervous," and I mean, tons, because guys, this has been going on since the 90s. You remember this, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's been about 30. I mean, it's been a good 20, 25, 30 years. And he's got tapes. And when I say tapes, it's not archaic shit. I mean, he's got the latest videos of people in these rooms. Every room had cameras. Every room had audio. And they say on here, he would like sit and watch some of the rooms if he particularly liked the room, and sit there and fucking, do the 5-knuckle shuffle, punch the clown while he's watching these people on the video camera. You know what I mean? Like,
Damn.
just really sick stuff. And he would even talk into Mike and into the room to tell him to change and do stuff. It was a freak off party, all day, all night sex. The next day, they even had medical people there to give you an IV to revive you and to bring you back from all the drugs and all the alcohol to keep you going too. IV recovery.
And these are prominent people in the entertainment industry doing all this shit.
Most of the people, entertainment industry, most of Epstein's clients were like politicians and billionaire type people. Yeah. So the dregs of society, but the ones with all the money. You know?
Yeah.
So, but anything on Diddy, guys? Any questions? I mean, this is crazy shit. I mean, this is as big as Epstein's.
I do find it amusing that you talk about punching the monkey, and you let me tell the moped joke.
Yeah, that's it. I did say 5-knuckle shuffle and punching the clown. Yeah,
that's way above the moped joke.
I was gonna say when you kind of hang out with a girl who's not the best, it's okay, but it's kind of like a moped. It's okay to do, but you don't want anybody to see. That's
they're fun to ride, but you don't want your buddy seeing you.
That was it. That's it. Yeah. Go ahead, Dobie. What'd you say, buddy?
No, I was just agreeing with this thing.
Yeah.
Jump off your moped and go put your Harley shirt on.
Exactly. Yeah, with your wallet chain hanging, and all that shit. Yeah.
Hey, who was it? Hound Dog, that was years ago. One of our coworkers went to like a bike show or a car show, and they had their own little made up cuts.
Oh yeah, that was actually me and Yard Boss, me and Tony Caskey.
Your boss, and ran into somebody that told them to take them off.
Yeah, ran into the Outlaws Motorcycle Club. They didn't quite like it.
Well, let's hear this story. What kind of cuts? What'd you have when you cut?
Yeah, we had.
Explain what a cut is to people who's not motorcycle people.
If a cut is like a patch or something designating who you are, what type of group you're with.
It's usually on a leather vest.
On leather vest or whatever. Yeah.
Jacket.
So we came up with one called the Regulators, and it was basically off of the back during the Civil War, the North Carolina Regulators would go out and wreak havoc on the Union troops.
Young Guns was
Young Guns was Young Guns.
The movies.
Yep. So we had a man. I got those cut somewhere. I don't know where they are. But anyway, it's a cow skull with like an eagle feather hanging off of it. It said Regulators MC on it. That's all it said. We come across these outlaws. The 1% Outlaw Club.
And 1% means
how's that go? 99%, according to the AMA, 99% of the motorcycle riders in the United States or the world are good, law-abiding people. 1% are not.
Are outlaws.
And that's what these guys, the name of their club is actually the Outlaws. Outlaw Motorcycle Club.
Top 5 probably in the world.
Probably the top 2. I'd say top 2 in the world, yeah. But anyway, they kind of surrounded just the two of us. And we noticed that they were like surrounding us, so we kind of started easing over to where they had a display of handlebars. It was at a motorcycle show at the convention center in Charlotte, and so I thought, man, if we don't have any kind of weapons or anything, let's get over here into these handlebars. We need to grab a handlebar. We can start swinging one of those if we need to. But anyway, they surrounded, said, hey, who are you, where are you from, and all that shit. And of course, Tony Caskey, God rest his soul, he didn't give a shit about anybody like that. He said, "We who we are, and where we're from. Now get the fuck away from us."
No shit.
Telling this outlaw dudes, I was like, "Oh shit, we're gonna get our ass beat." But anyway, one of them walked over and said, "You stay right here," and was like, "Nah, not gonna stay here. We're gonna walk around and look at motorcycles and motorcycle parts."
Right.
But they followed us around a little bit, and it was just they eyeballed us for a while. Then they left.
Did they think you were an MC in their area? Is that the problem?
I guess because they had the MC on the back of the motorcycle club on the back of the vest, and they didn't like that.
But you didn't have any state rocker or anything like that.
No, just Regulators MC.
Right.
And so we, had that was our run-in with them, and
nothing happened from it. They left you. They finally just
not a thing happened. They kind of dispersed, and we dispersed and left the area. Probably about 45 minutes after that.
Oh, okay. There you go.
But we stayed that long just to let them know that they're not going to intimidate us.
Yeah, no,
and scare
you're
us
both
off.
are cops at this point, right?
Yeah, we are.
Well, why wouldn't you carrying a weapon? Why are you carrying a gun?
I don't know. Just didn't.
Well, lesson
Don't-
learned.
Don't know why. I guess. But anyway, that was that.
Yeah. Cool story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they get uptight because of the, if I'm not mistaken, the MC, but you got to have both rockers, I thought, top and bottom. I thought you had to have a name and then a state and then the MC, and then they kind of frown on that shit. Isn't that
Yeah,
something like that?
yeah, that's
I don't
normally what it is. But,
Unless you have the understanding and like you're not a club.
The
you know?
HA, I'm
Yeah.
sure a lot of people. I'm sure Hell's Angels. I'm pretty sure they have theirs patent. You can't
Yeah,
ever-
well, Steve and I are in the Renegade Pigs Motorcycle Club, and ours is trademarked. Our club patch is trademarked.
Yeah. But I mean, you can wear that around when they're there and they don't say
And they
nothing
don't
to
say
you.
a damn thing. Nope.
Yeah.
Don't
Well,
say
because
shit.
they know who you are. I guess they
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
didn't
some
know,
reason,
recognize
some
you.
reason they know law enforcement or firefighters or
Yeah.
prison guards,
Yeah.
and they know we're probably packing something, and they know we're not competing them for their illegal trades.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. No threat in any way. Unless
Yeah,
they
and-
No,
fuck around and find out.
I tell you one thing was way before I moved here, and when we first started the North Carolina chapter of the Renegade Pigs, we were down here at the Myrtle Beach bike rally one year. This is probably 2005, maybe 2006, somewhere along in there. And we go to the office, the rental office, where you always used to have to go to the rental office, pick up the keys of whatever house you're going to stay at and whatever. And we walked in to the rental office. There's probably about 6 or 7 Hell's Angels sitting in there, and a couple of them had their women folk with them. And they saw us standing there, and they hit the women, hit the husband, said, "Hey, look!" And they just turned around and looked at us and said, "They're cool. They're cops." Never did
that's cool. Yeah.
didn't talk to them or say anything to anybody, and we just handled our business and left.
There you go.
Didn't have any issues whatsoever.
Yeah,
Still
especially-
haven't had any issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good deal. Good deal. All right. Anybody got something? I got another little
Yeah.
update. Dobie, got something? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What the E?
Did you guys remember last week? I think I mentioned, right? Did I mention Sheriff McFadden in Mecklenburg County
Yeah.
having a hard time?
Yep.
Well, apparently more people have come forward. Last week I mentioned how a chief deputy of his resigned and posted a public resignation letter making accusations towards McFadden, saying that he was basically a toxic work environment, I guess is what I would describe it as, calling black deputies and people like that the N-word, and white, referring to white deputies and different people as crackers and stuff. And well, since then, I'm a news junkie, so I was listening to the AM radio about local stuff, and they interviewed the a chaplain type of person who worked at the sheriff's department, a female,
Yeah.
who has since moved to Ohio. Well, she called in on one of the shows, the talk shows in the morning, 11:10, and they were just talking about her experience there, and she was like, she had to quit because it was so stressful. Like and she's a chaplain. Like, she's not sitting there going, "That son of a bitch." She was like, and I helped get the man elected, but as soon as I got him elected, helped get him elected, and supported him, he changed. Like, all of a sudden. And she mentioned how he did A, B, C, and D, and how he couldn't articulate what he wanted from the department, but he wanted certain things, but he couldn't tell you what and how to do it. And when you didn't do whatever it is, you don't know what he wants, he would yell. Like, it was an impossible situation. That's why they've been leaking people. Like, I mean, people have just been quitting, and brass have quit, majors, chief deputies, and so forth. Well, I heard that whole interview, and there's a lot more to that, guys, but we're running, it's about 53 minutes now. I'm doing a little producer work here. There you go, Slow. But we got about 7 minutes left. But so that was a very long interview from a chaplain who said she left and had to move to Ohio for health reasons because of working for him. So, yeah, so I don't, that's pretty strong, right? From like
Chaplains,
from
they're non-sworn, right? So
right, and their religious community, it's not something that you would think you would hear from a chaplain. Unless it was
could you
true.
imagine accusations like this was against a white sheriff?
Oh, I know.
Hell. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So
But anyway,
she had to move there for health reasons, mental health reasons,
just her own the stress,
overall health. Okay.
the stress of the job. She just
Is he
moved.
actually
She just,
fired yet, or charged, or what?
what's that?
Is he actually fired or charged, or what?
No, he's nothing. He's there. He's fighting for his job. He since came out and I was going to give you an update. Since these came out, because there's been a sheriff. They just said a sheriff fairly within the last 3 or 4 years was fired for the same exact thing. Language, hostile work environment, language on the job, stuff like that. And they're wondering why this guy is still here, because it's on tape. It's not alleged. There's a tape of it. Apparently, this guy called Breaking Brett Jensen, who works in Charlotte radio, broke the story 2 years ago. Played the tape on the air. Everything. Everybody ignored it. Everybody
Really?
ignored it. Yep. But now with the new thing, and now that he's been in office 6 years, he's had I think he's had one of the highest death rates in the Mecklenburg County jail system of any sheriff ever. A lot of inmates dying on his watch, and he of course he blames it on not having enough staff, whatever, those types of things. But then after the chief deputy wrote his letter, then that chaplain came forward, told her story on the news, and now another lady who was human resources, because he's fired 2 more people, human resources lady came forward, and she used words like, quote, "He berated me and belittled me and insulted me." And this is another lady of color.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not like it's a racial thing.
Yeah.
These are female black ladies. The chaplain was as well. Talking about this guy. So I just wanted to take, because sometimes people think, oh, it might be because he's black. It's not because he's black. There seems to be a legitimate problem.
What's his full name?
Gary, I don't know his middle name, McFadden.
Gary Diddy?
Gary Diddy.
Good one.
Chief Diddy.
Good one.
He could be on the tapes. I don't know.
Diddy.
I don't know.
Sheriff.
Diddy. Anyway, but she said also that everything in Kevin Canty, the chief deputy that left,
Yeah.
she said, quote, "Everything he said in his letter was absolutely correct." And this is Rigsby. This was the HR lady who worked there. Because the reason she says she was fired is because he wanted her to change travel expense documents. So documents are generated by what you do with the money you get on the budget of the sheriff, right? And all that shit.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I think the documents were requested for viewing, because that's what you need to do. You got to be transparent. And before they released him, he requested to see him. He looked at him and called her up and said, "You need to change this, this, and this." She goes, "I'm not comfortable changing these records because they're accurate. It would be falsifying documents." She's trying to. You're not putting me in that. You're not putting me in that.
Yeah, she don't go to jail.
Yeah.
Right. So he berated her and all this, and then he continued to try to get me to recommend him. That he tried to continue. He also did this. He also tried to get her to recommend to him that he fire 2 people who he had targeted. So in other words, I don't like 2 people. I get my HR guy Slow Ride. "Hey, Slow, I want you to recommend that I fire Hound Dog and Dobie Dog, because I don't like their asses."
Done.
And you say,
It's that easy, dude. It's that easy.
done.
I knew that wasn't going to take long.
Hang up your microphones, you motherfuckers. You're out of here. Yeah. And she said, and she said she wasn't going to allow him to make her use, the hatchet, like be her hatchet man, and get that job on. So she had to leave too, and there's just, how there's smoke, there's fire. That's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, this is 3 or 4 people, very serious people. In other words, chaplain, a chief deputy who he picked, right? McFadden picked the guy.
Yeah. And
the guy was only there for 6-8 months or something like that.
Yeah. Now, for
like,
our
"This is
non-police
crazy."
listeners, chief deputy is kind of like assistant chief
Sure.
Yeah.
at a regular.
You get only to the sheriff, pretty much.
Yeah. You're one of the inner circles. So,
Yeah.
there's also email records, and there's just different things. And so the other day I was also listening to my newscast, and I'll end with this because I know we're running out of time, where he put out a statement, and verbal statement, saying he was sorry for what had happened, and then he made little comments. It doesn't matter how long ago it was or when it happened, because he's trying to make reference to it was 2 years ago without making reference to it was 2 years ago.
Gotcha.
But it wasn't just 2 years ago, because these people are talking about it just happened this year. But the taped recorded ones are from 2 years ago. But the chief deputies resigned just recently because of shit that happened this year. So he continued to do this type of behavior. But he put out a statement, I'm sorry, but I'm human, I make mistakes, blah, blah, blah. Trying to kind of fall on his sword and try to keep his job. So,
but not fall on the sword.
But not fall on the sword.
Here's my big problem with this, Rod Nader. And 100% he needs to get his butt handed to him. But he would be the same person. Hey, you mark my words, I know we're probably all on the same page with it. He would be the same person that would take one of his guys who's a slick sleeve nobody to do something very minor and fire him.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, he was trying to fire those.
And you know good and well, if he was doing that now, as a chief, as a sheriff, whatever, his whole career he would probably doing shady shit.
Sure.
Yeah.
I can't
you're
argue
right.
with that.
Whatever was ever done about it, that he would turn around and take an officer who maybe just made a mistake and did something, and really hammer him.
Well, the two people I just explained to you, he wanted fired. He wanted his HR person to recommend it because he really had no reason to, but he was trying to because he didn't like him. And then after she left, he fired him. And now they're looking into that to see if that was legitimate. So, hey, well, we're at the hour mark, Slow. You need to take it.
Yeah,
from
we
here,
were
brother.
there, my friend. So, any last shout outs about your whiskey you're drinking tonight?
I feel like I'm watching Snoopy again.
You did the Charlie
no
Brown
doubt.
again, Slow. I hope it comes over good. You did the Charlie Brown.
That damn Starlink must have blinked.
Yeah, Elon said, watch this. He started fucking with your buttons.
He knew he was all full of rainbows and uniforms.
Yeah. All right, Slow's throat up. I'm not sure if you say anything. Slow, you say anything?
Hey, can you hear me? Did it sound?
Yeah,
Did it sound something like this here?
Kinda.
Pretty close.
Exactly
Pretty
right.
close.
Yeah.
I like that button.
Well,
too. That's a good
hopefully it loaded the clown and I sound crystal clear. But any
you go.
last shout outs about your drinks, your whiskey you're drinking tonight?
Good, I liked it. Solid.
I'm whiskey-less, so I got nothing.
I liked it.
Oh man, it's all gone. Hey Joe, I appreciate the bottle, man. It's an excellent pour, man. I like it. Sweet wheat is excellent and nice and soft on the palate. It was certainly drinkable.
There you go. Cool.
I got two
right,
shout
guys.
outs. I got two shout outs before we close it
Go ahead.
out. All right, first one I'm going to a friend of our podcast. He's been on the podcast, I think once in the past when we was all in the studio together. Is Jason? I'm not going to go his last name because of his job he's got, but he lost his father this past week, and Slow Ride and I were both able to attend the funeral there in Lake Wiley, South Carolina. So, Jason, sorry for your
we
loss.
love you, brother.
And we love you, brother.
Hell yeah.
And another thing, old Jerry Millwood, he's back at it again this week.
That's some creepy shit.
It is.
It's
The
like-
strange and unexplained phenomena of the South Mountains of North Carolina. Tonight, episode number 3 is going to be published. And the title of it is, Are They Trying to Hurt Us?
It's already
So-
out. I saw it.
Is it already out? I can't. As soon as I get off here, I'm watching it.
That's on TikTok, correct?
It's on TikTok. It's his TikTok series. Man, be sure to tune into it because it will freak you out.
Kind of like this show.
Yeah, a lot like this show. Yeah,
Yeah, but
a lot
he's
like it.
sober when he does it. Slow.
Yep. But we need to get Jerry back on the podcast so we can
Oh
talk
yes,
about
sir.
the
We
show.
certainly do. I'll see if I can get that arranged. It's on my to-do list.
Cool. Yeah, and shout out to the Rooster, Gastonia Club.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
there, have a couple drinks, and watch some bands. Try to help out Mike. He owns it. And keep that place afloat, man. It's really cool. It's very
The Rooster, downtown Gastonia.
right across from the post office downtown, right by the Peter Wheel.
Pretty good.
Good deal, man.
I know we kind of briefed on it. We briefly talked about it for a second, but shout out to Chief Worcester. He deserves it. Great
Yeah, man.
Agreed.
Yeah, you're gonna love that. Yeah, Tush, you're gonna love that retirement, my friend.
Oh yeah, hell yeah,
Best job I've ever had.
heck yeah.
You still do.
Yep.
Hey, if you like what you see and you like what you hear, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, let us know how you feel, put stuff in the comments. We do answer. We read them. We answer them either in the comment section or here on the show or both.
Whether you like it
So,
or not,
yeah, give us some feedback. Listen, if you think we suck, let us know. If you think we're doing great, let us know. But either way, let us know. And drink responsibly,
Think we
please.
suck?
Yeah.
If you think we suck, we don't care.
And as always, let's drink about it. And this has been a Studio 77 production.
I agree with that.
And Dobie's got his phone up.
No, we're not off the air yet, Dobie. We're still kind of working here. We're docking your
we
pay.
still got work to do.
that boy.